welcome to the annual conglomeration of the books I've read. This is the official wrap for all the books I've read, and I'm going to tell you everything that I hated or liked about them. This is my favorite video to make. So this year, I read 62 books. This is impressive because I thought it was a really bad book year. I thought I read horrible books, and until yesterday that I was making the presentation, I was like, it actually wasn't that bad, but nothing can compare to last year. Last year was the most amazing year I've ever had in my life. Obviously, in the majority, we have the 5 stars with 36.1%. 36% were 5 stars. I used to think that I was a little bit better at rating. Apparently, I'm not. And the 4 stars were a good 23%. 23% for 4 stars is amazing for me. That is where I put most books, I would think. Apparently it's not. And for the 3 stars, those are the mid books. Those are whatever. That was 11.5. It's usually like that. For the 2 stars, I have an 18%. That's overwhelming for me. I usually do not give out 2 stars. And then there's an 11.5% of the 1 stars. That's why I thought I had a bad year. I thought that this represented everything. For a while, you just forget about the good ones and you just think, I've read so much shit. There's one book that I did not rate though, and that is Brandon Sanderson's Hero of Ages. That book destroyed me. It's the last of the Mistborn trilogy, and I have not been able to rate it in my life. I have not been able to put a number to that. Actually, it has not happened to me again or before that I am not able to rate a book. I've had books where I'm like, I still don't know if the rating is correct, but I've rated it and I'm like more confident every day I grow. I couldn't rate this one. It's not a 3 star, but there are things I didn't like about it, and there were things that I loved. It's not a 4 star, and it's not a 5, and it's not a 2, and it's not a 1, and it's not in between them. It's a separate metric system. I don't know. So there you go. That's the one and only book in life that I have not been able to rate. And then we have genres. I currently read a lot of young adult because I am a young adult. And then there's fantasy, which is actually quite a big one. And then there's romance, which I usually hate romance. This is gonna be so contradictory and amazing when you see what my favorite book is. But I don't like romance really. It's kind of a genre I'm in between sometimes, but apparently I read a lot of it. And I also hate a lot of it, you will see. There's fiction, which best stories have you read? Honestly, fiction is always good. Fiction is everything, so I don't really know what that means. And then the short stories, apparently I read lots of those. 5. 5 is a big number for short stories. The authors I've read the Shatter Me series. It has like 4 or 5 short stories in between them. So I've read an overwhelming quantity of Teher Mafi, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, books. And that was 13 books from her. And I didn't even enjoy it at the end. I read 5 Brandon Sanderson books. I will be reading way more in the next year. It's just taken me a while because it's kind of weird with Brandon Sanderson because it's not romance. And even I like romance in fantasy, and he doesn't do that really. And when he does it, it's not like what I'm used to. Brandon Sanderson is a great fantasy author. And if you want to get to adult fantasy, if you're like me, you've read like Akatar and all of those things that are really good, but well, Throne of Glass is amazing. You cannot say anything about it because I will kill you. I actually will. Anyway, if you like that kind of thing and you want to get more into like complexity and honestly the kind of shit that men write and that men read, this is it. And it's really good. Holy Black, also 5 of her books. I love her. She is, oh my god, the way that she does the Cruel Prince Impeccable. Holy black. Holy moly. Wow, that was bad. Rick Riordan. Obviously, I read Percy Jackson, so that's there. Sarah J. Maas, I read 4 of her books. I reread the Alcatraz series, except for the last book, Silver Frames. I will not be reading that again, ever. Thank you. And then Leigh Bardugo. I read Shadow and Bone from Leigh Bardugo. I loved Six of Crows, and I will stay with that, okay? I will just say that if you're a Leigh Bardugo fan because of Six of Crows, you might just stay with Six of Crows. Months. This is funny. In April alone, I read 14 books. How did I do that? I have no idea. I thought in January was my best reading month and it was up until fucking April, spiked off, I don't know why. This is just good to visualize like where I'm at usually. Apparently in June, which was where my crisis stuck, I hit a low of 2 books, which is really little for me. In a whole month, 2 books, that's crazy. And here's for the 1 stars. There are many. Last year we had 2. This year we have 7. You see 6 here because the next one is something I want to talk about. Hated these books with my entire being. Hunting Adeline is genuinely, I would rather go through like death. If Icebreaker hadn't given me appendicitis last year, it would have been Hunting Adeline this year. That's what killed me. Like, that finished to my soul. I didn't even have fun reading it. Dark romance is not for me, and I feel like I finally understood that I'm never gonna read one of those again. I had Hunting Adeline, that's why I read it, and I wanted something that I could read in a day. And I did read it in like 2 or 3 days. It was so bad though. It was the worst. Like, it would have given me appendicitis. I swear to God. Like, if I had a part of my appendix still in me, this is what would have blown it off. And it would have come with every complication that you can think of. This was so bad. This is the last book of the Shatter Me series, believe me. It's like a short story as well. I hated it. Hated it. So bad. This book could genuinely, like, I don't know why it left such a bad taste in my mouth for the whole year as well. Like, Shatter Me itself wasn't the most hideous thing I've ever read. It was not good at the end, but it was not the worst. This shit, I don't know why, but it just killed my like for it. All of it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I have been reading fucking 12 of these books. Maybe I should have taken a break, but I just wanted to finish the series, and this left me with such a bad feeling. I don't know. The Twisted series by Anna Huang is actually pretty mid. The first book I really liked. I enjoyed it. I was in the mood, and so I read it. And all of them, I've been in the mood. I have not read them all, like, consistently. I read them when I'm in the mood for something like that. So I still have the last one to go. But this one's the worst one. The last one, I gave 2 stars. This one is, wow, it made me want to, like, throw up. Anyway, the fine print is kind of that thing as well. It's a hideous romance. Apparently, I'm the kind of girl that wants romance with, like, a little, like one scene of smut and too much yearning. This is not the kind of thing that has that, but sometimes I really like these. Twisted Love had 4 stars. Come on, guys. There are times that I just want to read smut and that they deliver. But these were not it. This is not smut. This is just rape. The longest review I've had, Onyx Storm. I could talk about this book for a lifetime, and I actually been wanting so bad to talk about them on my YouTube and just explain to you why I hate them so much, all of them. These books have reached into my soul and poured out of me the longest thoughts I have ever thought before. I have written so much about these books in my notes that I hate them so much. And why do I do that? I'm such a hater. Anyway, I love to hate these books. And when this game came out, I was just like so excited to hate on it. But I didn't believe that it was literally gonna be like my absolute demolishment. I have not been myself ever since. it took a part of my soul. The thing is that this book and the love and support it gets, it just makes me really angry. I hate it with my entire being. And if there's something that I could erase from the world, I'm not even fucking kidding, this would be it. It's not that serious. That was the 7th. 1 star. So I did mention that I did reread the whole 4 first books of the Avatar series. I like Throne of Glass better. I still like this though. And I will get into it with anyone that is wrong. It's not the best by far, but it's not like this. It's not this. If you can, people always think that this is at the same level of this, and I think that they did not go to primary school. These are not comparable. These are not. You're wrong. You're simply wrong. You're delusional. You are delusional if you think. No, it's just simply. I'm gonna have to shut you up. Anyway, my favorite series, of course, was the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. Yes! I loved it. An honorable mention to Holy Black and The Cruel Prince. What a good series this is. Amazing. I mean, it's kind of more for kids, young adults. But you know, I like that. I did do a little list of like every favorite per month. I read The Little Prince and I thought this is ageless. It's fantastic. It is timeless. And so I recommend it to everyone. If you've read it already, read it again and you're gonna think very differently of it. Peter Pan is one of the greatest books that has ever been made, and I don't care what you or your mother say about it. There is My Dark Vanessa. This was a close second to my favorite of all year. My Dark Vanessa is a very heavy story about a girl and a professor, 15-year-old girl and a professor that unfortunately takes advantage of her naivete. And don't read it if you're triggered by that kind of thing, but it's really good. It made me like think so much and discover things about myself, and just it's heavy, but it's very good. Study and Drowning was really good. The second one is shit, so take that if you will. Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, again, amazing. Could not have done it better. October, The Night Circus, very fitting. I did read it because of that. It is one of the greatest books I've ever read. It shoved me into the Night Circus world and the circus itself. It was fantastic. I still dream of it. I still like, it's in my most deepest desires to be here. November, The Battle of the Labyrinth. It was mainly Percy Jackson books, so I had to pick one of them, and that one was my favorite. And then December, I just read The Bell Jar. What an amazing book. Sylvia Plath knows how to move her words. And now for the favorite of the whole year. Happy Place by Emily Henry, guys. This is quite shocking. It's romance. What a fucking book. That shit slaps. Happy Place came to me magically. I grabbed it because I was going to the beach. And the main character is a med student in her last year of residency who's about to quit. And I was literally on my first vacation after I decided to quit medicine. I had no idea what it was about. I grabbed it just because I was going to the beach and it looks like it's a beach read. Started reading it and I immediately closed it off. I was like, I don't want to read about a girl who's struggling with medicine. This is my life. I don't want to read this. I need escapism. This is not good. Closed it off, came back from vacation, opened it again, and sobbed for 5 days straight. Yes. In my life, there have been few times that I've read a book that feels exactly like I'm reading my own feelings reflected. This is it. And it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful romance as well. The romance aspect of it, which is obviously what it's known for. It's big and it's, to me, it's perfect. It's exactly the romance that I would want and read. And like I sobbed so much because not only is the romance perfect, but every aspect of it is as well. It hit perfectly into what I was feeling. And whenever somebody asks me, hey, how did you choose? What was it like? Read that. This book perfectly explains what it's like. to be unhappy in a career where everybody expects so much of you. I could talk about it all day. But yeah, Happy Place, read so long ago, it's still on my mind every single day. And it went much deeper than just a romance for me. But it's not everybody's cup of tea, so. And now, the amazing and fantastic What I Got for Christmas 2025. So this year's What I Got for Christmas, it's mainly me and what I got myself for Christmas. I think it counts. And I'm going to tell you who gave me what, but it's still mostly things I got myself. This year was tough on my family. And so for the first time, I provided myself gifts and like Christmas cheer, which I like to do. I'm always very excited for Christmas, and I didn't want to spend a Christmas without anything to open up, and it's part of it. It's not about the gifts, but it is a little bit about the gifts, especially Christmas Day. First, I'm gonna start with what my mom gave me. My mom gave me this very beautiful, like, satin texture shirt. It's a button-up. It's so pretty, and it's so fitted, and it's so nice. And my second gift from my mom is this black jacket. I've been wanting a black jacket like this for so long. It's just so pretty. It's kind of perfect. It's pretty, it's casual, and it could be a little bit dressed up as well. It's kind of right in the middle. And then my best friend, she gave me this little candle. It has Christmas things on it. It has Christmas, like, charms. I don't know what to call them. It actually smells really good. She also got me this book in Spanish. This is one of her favorite authors. I've never read it. I don't read a lot in Spanish. And I'm very excited to read this one because she likes it. I also got the Mexican Constitution and this for my hair. For Get Ready With Me's. These were joke gifts, and I love them both. This is like the best thing that I've ever had. I can just be that kind of person now that I'm like, well, actually. And then, crisis struck. It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. It was Christmas Eve, and I was just like, where's my fucking gift? We always exchange gifts on Christmas Eve. My very loving and perfect cousin got me a book in Spanish that was written in English, and I don't do that. Unfortunately, I'm just like that. So I exchanged it for two. One of them is Smut, and I know what you're thinking. I am gonna like this though. Hazelwood's books I've liked so far. I've read one, and I really, really, really liked it. So I'm very positive that this will be a similar situation, and if it's not, I'm just gonna kill myself. And then I got this one, also in Spanish. This is a dystopian from a Cuban author. And I don't know anything about her or her books. But the guy there recommended it. I told him, hey, I'm in the mood for like something kind of weird, dystopian kind of. And instead of going for like Don Quixote or things that are very popular, I went for this that I've never heard of before, but it looks really cool, and it's also fucking green. Green books are rare. And then for the books I got myself, firstly we have The Orphan Master's Son. Then we have The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed, I think. Then I got Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab. I've read the other book she has. I've read the Addie LaRue one, and I really liked it. Wasn't like my top books ever, but V. Schwab is cool. I fuck with her. Then I have The Bear and the Nightingale. I have no idea what this is about. Then I have Blood Over Bright Haven. No idea why I got this. It's been recommended to me by 7 people, and I thought, don't tell me anything about it. I'll just get it and I'll just read it and then I'll tell you. So I love doing that. And then I wanted to get into philosophy. Don't know why I make those choices. I got this Being and Time book, big book, and has space for annotations. This is probably gonna be crazy. And people say that this is like mind-blowing if you read it right. I'm not sure if I can read it right. I don't know. This looks really good actually. This looks like exactly the kind of philosophy that I would be into. That's it. And yeah, I don't use Goodreads anymore. I have switched to Fable. So all my reviews are gonna be there now. Bye.